Once you have your model clean and ready, you need to make sure your materials are also ready to export to real-time. If you're creating a project from scratch, make sure to use standard materials at all times. There's also ways, if you've created other kinds of materials such as V-Ray, to convert them to standard, but you might have to pay for those things, or you might have to write a script or just manually do it yourself. But regardless of how you do it, it needs to be standard materials. So if you look here, standard basic diffuse map, that will carry across into Unreal. Some of this other stuff won't necessarily. Bump maps is one important thing that you need to keep in mind. Bump maps will come across as normal maps when you bring them into Unreal, so it's probably best to create your own normal maps first and export them, because Unreal will understand those normal maps properly. What you can do to do that, if you're not used to making normal maps, is get a plugin like this NVIDIA normal map filter. You can download this for free, and it's a plugin for Photoshop, and it can turn your maps into normal maps and apply them in 3ds Max by using the bump map. Going to standard, normal bump, and then applying it here. And you apply it by just going to regular bitmap and selecting that normal map, like one of these here. So some things will carry across properly, like the diffuse map will be fine as it comes into Unreal. Not everything will come across properly. You might have to manually import some things later and apply them in a different manner than you're used to, because Unreal Engine materials don't work the same and there's no direct translation for some parts. So that's one thing to consider, but making them standard materials is the most important.